When a 60 amp GFCI breaker keeps tripping, even with the load side conductors removed, it indicates a problem beyond just the spot itself. While a faulty breaker is a strong possibility, especially considering that it resets with no line side power, it's wise to investigate other potential causes before replacing it. These breakers can be expensive, so a systematic approach can save time and money. Firstly, miswiring or a shorting circuit might be the culprit. Double check the wiring to ensure it's correct and that there are no loose or damaged connections. A multimeter can be invaluable here. Use it to check for continuity between the hot, neutral, and ground wires with the breaker off and the circuit energized. Also, check for shorts to ground from both the hot and neutral conductors. Secondly, defective wire insulation can cause ground faults. Carefully inspect the wires for any signs of damage, cuts, or deterioration. Even a small nick in the insulation can create a path for current to leak to ground, tripping the GFCI. If any damaged wires are found, replace them immediately. Thirdly, a faulty motor or pump in the spot could be the issue. Even though you removed the load side conductors, a backfeed through another circuit, though unlikely, should be ruled out. If you haven't already, physically disconnect the motor and pump from the circuit. Then try resetting the breaker. If it still trips, the motor or pump may be faulty and drawing excessive current or have an internal ground fault. Fourthly, neutral conductor issues can also cause problems. Ensure the neutral conductor is properly connected and grounded at the service panel and any subpanels. Check the neutral bar in the subpanel for any loose connections, as these can create imbalances that trip the GFCI. Also, make sure the neutral and ground are not bonded together in the subpanel, as this is a common cause of GFCI tripping. The neutral should only be bonded to ground at the main service panel. Fifthly, grounding problems are a frequent cause of GFCI issues. Verify the spot is properly grounded and the grounding system is in good condition. Inspect the ground rods for corrosion and ensure they are properly driven into the ground. Also, check the bonding wires that connect the SPA's metal components to the grounding system. These wires should be intact and securely connected to prevent voltage differences that can cause a ground fault. Sixthly, GFCI breakers have a reset time delay to prevent nuisance tripping. After isolating the problem, wait the recommended time, usually 30 to 60 seconds, before attempting to reset the breaker. This allows any residual current to dissipate and prevents the breaker from tripping unnecessarily. Seventhly, even with the load side conductors removed, ensure that no other electrical devices are inadvertently connected to the circuit. A small appliance or even a light fixture connected to the same circuit could be causing a ground fault, though this is less likely with the load disconnected. And lastly, in rare cases, the breaker itself may have a faulty contact that causes it to trip even when there is no load. This is difficult to diagnose without specialized equipment, but it's a possibility to keep in mind. Here is a summary of recommended troubleshooting steps. Firstly, verify proper wiring and insulation throughout the circuit. Look for any signs of damage or loose connections. Secondly, isolate the SPA and all connected devices from the circuit. This helps to narrow down the source of the problem. Thirdly, check for continuity and shorts using a multimeter. This can help identify any ground faults or miswired connections. Fourthly, inspect the motor and pump for any signs of damage or wear. A faulty motor or pump can draw excessive current or create a ground fault. Fifthly, verify the neutral conductor and grounding connections. Make sure everything is properly connected and grounded. Sixthly, wait the appropriate reset time after isolating the problem. This allows any residual current to dissipate. If the breaker still trips with no load connected, replacing the breaker may be necessary. Before replacing the breaker, consider these additional checks. Firstly, examine the breaker panel itself. Look for any signs of damage, corrosion, or loose connections. A faulty breaker panel can sometimes cause breakers to trip unnecessarily. Secondly, check the voltage at the breaker. Use a voltmeter to ensure that the voltage is within the proper range, typically 120 volts or 240 volts depending on the circuit. Overvoltage or undervoltage can sometimes cause breakers to trip. Thirdly, consider the age of the breaker. Breakers can wear out over time, and an old breaker may be more prone to tripping. If the breaker is more than 10 or 15 years old, it may be worth replacing it as a preventative measure. Fourthly, check for any signs of water damage near the breaker or the spa. Water can create a path for current to leak to ground, causing the GFCI to trip. Fifthly, if the spa has any electronic controls or components, check them for any signs of damage or malfunction. A faulty control board or sensor can sometimes cause a ground fault. Sixthly, consider the possibility of electromagnetic interference. In rare cases, strong electromagnetic fields can interfere with the operation of a GFCI breaker, causing it to trip. Try moving any nearby sources of electromagnetic interference, such as large motors or generators, away from the breaker. Seventhly, consult with a qualified electrician. If you've tried all of these troubleshooting steps and the breaker is still tripping, it's best to call a professional electrician. They have the experience and equipment to diagnose and repair complex electrical problems. They can also ensure that the spa is safely and properly installed. Also, remember to always turn off the power to the circuit before working on any electrical components. This will help prevent electric shock and other injuries. When working with electricity, safety should always be the top priority. Be sure to follow all applicable electrical codes and regulations. If you're not comfortable working with electricity, it's best to leave the job to a qualified electrician. When troubleshooting a GFCI breaker, it's also helpful to understand how these devices work. A GFCI breaker constantly monitors the current flowing through the hot and neutral wires. If there is any difference in current between these two wires, it indicates that some current is leaking to ground. This leakage current is a sign of a ground fault, which can be dangerous. When the GFCI detects a ground fault, it quickly trips the breaker, interrupting the flow of electricity and preventing electric shock. GFCI breakers are designed to trip at very low levels of leakage current, typically around 5 milliamps. This makes them very effective at protecting people from electric shock. However, it also means that they can be prone to nuisance tripping, especially in older or poorly wired circuits. One of the most common causes of nuisance tripping is the presence of small amounts of leakage current from multiple sources. Even if each individual source of leakage current is below the tripping threshold of the GFCI, the combined leakage current can be enough to cause the breaker to trip. This is why it's important to check all of the wiring and equipment connected to the circuit for any signs of damage or deterioration. Another potential cause of nuisance tripping is the presence of harmonic currents. Harmonic currents are non-sinusoidal currents that can be generated by electronic devices such as computers, televisions, and LED lighting. These currents can cause the GFCI to misinterpret the current flow, leading to false tripping. If you suspect that harmonic currents may be causing the problem, you can try installing a harmonic filter to reduce their effects. Additionally, consider the environment in which the spa is located. If the spa is located in a damp or humid environment, it's more likely to experience ground faults due to moisture intrusion. Make sure that the spa is properly sealed and that there are no leaks or areas where water can enter. You can also try using a dehumidifier to reduce the humidity in the area. Another factor to consider is the type of spa that you have. Some spas have more complex electrical systems than others, and these systems may be more prone to ground faults. If you have a particularly complex spa, it may be helpful to consult with a spa technician who is familiar with the specific model. They may be able to identify any potential problems or weaknesses in the electrical system. Finally, remember that GFCI breakers are designed to protect people from electric shock. If you're experiencing frequent tripping, it's important to take the problem seriously and address it as soon as possible. Don't simply replace the breaker with a non-GFCI breaker, as this could put you and others at risk. Instead, take the time to troubleshoot the problem and identify the underlying cause. With a systematic approach and a little patience, you should be able to resolve the issue and restore safe operation of your spa. Remember to always prioritize safety when working with electricity, and don't hesitate to call a qualified electrician if you're not comfortable with any of the troubleshooting steps. Regular maintenance can also help prevent future problems. Inspect the wiring and equipment connected to the circuit regularly and replace any damaged or deteriorated components. Also, clean the spot and its components regularly to prevent the buildup of dirt and debris which can contribute to ground faults.